almost dropped a coffin once. I was
Oh, tell us that.
It's not even that funny. I just nearly dropped a coffin.
Oh, no.
It wasn't.
Well, clearly it was someone you knew well enough to be carrying the coffin.
Well, it was one of those kind of, because my wee auntie who passed away there about 4 years ago. And yeah, I had the bad psoriasis in my hands, and I'm having to carry the coffin with like moisturizer all over my hands.
Yes.
So it just keeps slipping. And I was like, and I went, hang on a second, fellas. And everybody stopped. And then I forgot it was a coffin. Oh my God, I forgot it was a coffin. And I went,
Shutting it
so
up
my
your
wee
shoulder.
auntie went like, the clothes that did like that, and she's probably fucking. They'll find her skeleton in a couple hundred years. What the fuck happened there?
Oh no! But I mean, funerals are. The more you're in an environment where you're not supposed to find things funny, if something like that happens at a funeral, then you are. It's like being like in a school assembly again. You're just kind of like.
We were in the house. This is going to sound like a dark story, but trust me, it is funny, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my auntie had no kids,
Mm-hmm.
so when she was dying, she came home. We all kind of took turns looking
Yeah.
after her and stuff. And for anyone who's been through it, you know it's sad and it's
Yeah.
fucking heartbreaking. And we're all sitting there, and she's kind of taking the last, the big laboured breaths and stuff like that. And every so often, she would breathe out, and we would go,
Oh, that's it.
and she'd breathe in again. We'd be like, oh, okay, fine, that's fine. And this went on for ages. And at one point, my other aunt, her sister, was going, right now, away you on up to heaven now. Go see mummy. You'll be okay. Away you go. We'll be all right without you now. Go you up to heaven. And then she breathed out, and my auntie went. And we were like, and she breathed in again, and my aunt went, would you go on? Fuck you. and then she died. And we were all just like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Oh my God! Oh, that's brilliant.
Our family funerals are fucking funny. Like, I remember I was only a kid. I was about 9, and whoever had done it was one of my aunts as well. Whoever had done her makeup hadn't done her mascara properly, right? So I thought they haven't closed her eye properly. It looked like she was like one of her eyes was kind of open, right? And I'm standing beside my wee sister. She was about 7, and I'm just like, right, be a big brother. Don't point out that you think something's wrong. Don't let your imagination go, oh, I think she's still alive. Don't do any of that sort of stuff. And as I'm doing that, my sister just went, her fucking eyes open. And we were just standing howling. Like, howling, laughing.
I got the giggles once in a funeral. Now, I didn't know the person who the funeral was for, but I had been asked to come and play the organ and like bring a school. When I was a teacher, I had to bring the school choir. And it must have been like a member of staff's parent or something like that. So it was very sad. But I'm not an organ performer. I'm not an organ player. I play the piano, and people don't always understand there's a big difference in that. On an organ, you've got pedals as well. Right. So I was like, I don't know how to use these pedals. So I sat at the organ. This is down in front of the congregation with my legs spread out. Like I had one leg there and one leg there. Right. So you can't really see what I'm doing, but I looked suggestive, right? So I'm sitting there, my legs wide out to here, right? Panicking anyway.
I hear she left you a bit of money. Ding dong, the witch is dead.
But I was sitting there, and I had the choir beside me as well, and we were singing, and a spider just landed on top of the organ and started like coming dangerously towards my hand. But I started like flipping like this. And it wouldn't go away. And once I started flipping it, the kids started to laugh as well. And I was like, shh. So we were singing like whatever it was. I watch the sunrise. And every now and then you just hear when my foot would go down on one of the pedals, or I'd be twitching or just so that. And then once I got the giggles, they got the giggles. It was horrific. It was really horrific because it wasn't like it's always sad when somebody dies, but you know when if it's an older member of the family.
And also the stress of all of it, there's always going to be something that'll set someone off.
Yes.
Like it's.
But this wasn't like a much older, like this was awful and very tragic, and I was just up like having some sort of sexy fit at the foot of that.
It's bad.
Okay.
During COVID, I used to go running at night, and I live by the beach. And I used to run on the beach, and one of the things I used to do, and I'm not proud of this, but it was a dark time. I used to kick over the sandcastles that had been made during the day.
Totally fine with that. Yeah.
That's fair enough.
Yes.
So, 2 bad things happened. One, I do remember a time when I kicked over a sandcastle, and at the car park was clearly the kids who had made the sandcastle.
Was one of them dying or something? They're like, Billy's last piece of art.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh my God, I think that's the family. And it was...
There's a grown man over there.
Very embarrassing. But anyway, I just ran on.
Yeah.
The second time that and this is more embarrassing, I kicked over the sandcastle and it was a rainy day. Not a rainy day, but it was just like, I think it was wet or something. But I ran on anyway, and I was kind of covered in sand.
Yeah.
And I ran into an ex-boyfriend and his current partner.
Okay.
And I
Awful.
started a conversation with them because I was like, we're going to have a conversation. We're two adults.
Yeah.
And they seemed really horrified by me. Like, they seemed really like, this is outrageous what's happening here. And I was just like,
did they see you do it?
I don't know if they saw, I don't think they saw me do it.
Oh, right, okay.
But I was like, why are they being so weird? And I was like, no, I'm taking my heels in and we're having a proper conversation like grown adults.
Yeah.
Which we did. And then I eventually left and they seemed like glad to be rid of me. And then when I got home, I realised that at some point in kicking over the sandcastles, I'd actually kicked over shit. Dog shit.
Oh my God.
And there was like shit, like dog shit all up my leg.
Well, as you can see,
And
I'm doing very well without you.
That was how I realised the first time I had COVID, because I couldn't smell it.
Oh
but
my
I came home and I opened the door and my boyfriend was like, what happened to you? And I was just like, what? And I realised there was literally shit all over my legs.
Oh my God.
So I don't know whether they... I have no idea what they thought. I don't know whether
He's had a mental
had a
break.
breakdown, he's shitting himself on the beach. It's... I was apparently stinking.
And just all, how you
they were just like,
doing? Oh,
What's going on with this man?
Like, I don't need to ask why that relationship
Yeah.
ended.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Gearoid. Yeah, that's the one I'd still be thinking about.
Yeah, it's bad.
now.
Yeah, I do. That is the one that every so often, like at 4 o'clock in the morning, I get up to go to the loo and I'm like, and I know I'm not getting back to
happening
sleep. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's brilliant. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Second one. Would you rather have your search history published or your teenage diary?
Search history.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's wrong with me that I'd rather have my teenage diary?
Yeah, it's like Willie's Tupperware
Pizza.
storage solution. Recipes
You
for...
don't publish it right now?
Yeah, recipes for creme caramel.
Did you have
It's-
Did you have a teenage diary? Did you keep a diary? Yeah.
Yeah,
Is it a tough read?
yeah.
Yes, so's mine.
It's bad.
It's dark.
There's about like maybe 6 volumes of it. I know where they are. It's my worst nightmare. It's my worst nightmare
That somebody gets
And
them.
also, there's one. As I got older, like I remember there was like all these pictures in the back of one of them of like hot lads from Smash Hits.
Yes.
So there's like Adam Rickett standing beside a load of tires.
Oh, I
you know,
think I actually know exactly the photo you're talking
Yeah, yeah.
about.
and like A1.
Yeah.
Who else? Like boy bands. They're all
Yes.
Stephen Gately, of course.
Yes.
All in the back of this.
In your
I found
diary?
it recently, and I want. I don't know why I haven't, but I want it obliterated from the earth. There's no. I want to burn it. I just don't have a
I
fire.
bet there's
I
some
live
good
in an
material in
apartment.
there.
It's not worth it. Like you see, like a lot of teenagers or a lot of comedians who read like the teenage
Yes,
diary on stage. It's like,
yes.
oh no! If you can do that, you didn't have a proper teenage diary.
Yeah. That's the thing.
You just weren't being
mine,
honest.
I found mine recently, and it was one I kept when I was like 14 to 16, which is a wee bit. It's quite old, so there's a lot of changes going on in a young lady's life, and discovering things. And I was reading it out to my sister, sort of laughing, and she was like, "It's just making me really sad."
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh God, it is."
You think
It was
these things are
just-
going to be funny, and they're not.
No.
Like I remember once when I was, I wasn't allowed to stay up to watch The Golden Girls, and I wrote a song about suicide. And I left the lyrics in the bathroom. Like I was just like, I was a very dark child. Like it's not funny. It's
I
not.
was the same. Well, I have already mentioned this before, I wrote a song for peace, obviously, and that's how people
Oh my
know
God.
me. I was on local TV.
Oh my God,
but
that
I
was
tried,
incredible.
I tried to follow it up. So it's very hard, difficult second album. I tried to follow up the song. So I wrote a song for peace in Northern
Like
Ireland.
Natalie Imbruglia after Torn.
Exactly. And because it got so much traction, I was like, oh, what else is going on in the world? So I wrote a song for Rwanda. This was like in 1995 or 6, called Hold Out Your Hands and Give. It's so awful. It's making me sick think about it. But the lyrics are something like, all they need, hold out your hands and give. Too many people have died. I don't know what I was asking people to give. Hold out your hands and give. All they need is love to stay alive. And I was like, I think they need food and water
they need food
and some
medicine. Yeah.
proper
Yeah.
security, maybe. But all they need, what are you talking about? I'm like,
Did you mention Rwanda in it?
no.
Because you couldn't rhyme anything.
Well, Rwanda's really hard to rhyme with.
I need Amanda, rescue Rwanda.
Hey, Amanda, you heard what's going on in Rwanda? Hold out. Oh, I can sing the chorus again. There's certain things that I'm not down with the kids. I can't leave voice notes. So you were quite harsh when I left you a wee voice note recently, Leanne. But don't mind me
Your
saying
voice
so.
notes are hilarious.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's I've never felt more like a boomer than when I've tried to send voice notes to people, because what you'll get is 2 or 3 1-second clips of me going, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to send that. And then a 25-minute podcast.
Yeah, but it feels like you've done the and then you've written out what you want to say, and you're sitting being like,
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Welcome. Welcome to my voice note.
BBC Broadcasting Corporation.
Oh, really? Well, that's good. It wasn't rambling then. It sounded like I had some sort of structure.
But then at the end there's a sort of a general confusion where you're like, so bye.
That's all from me.
Yeah. Toodaloo. I await your return.
I have to work on it. I'll just be more casual. Right, I'm gonna ask you some quick fire questions.
Absolutely.
Here. All right. So these are meant to be embarrassing. Would
Okay.
you rathers? And you may well have done all of them or none of them. But here we go. Would you accidentally send a flirty message into the family WhatsApp group or as an all staff email? A flirty message intended for somebody else, obviously.
All staff email.
You'd rather it went round the staff.
100%.
Okay.
100%. Yeah. Number one, the fact that I would have a family group chat would be startling because my parents hate each other and I'm an only child.
It's just you in the group chat.
Yeah, it's just
How
me.
was your day, Leanne? Great, Leanne. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for
do you know-
checking in.
Do you know, in The Simpsons, you know, because I am Millhouse, like, you know, whenever he's throwing the frisbee, he
Yes,
throws
to
it,
nobody.
and he just goes and walks and gets it and throws it back to himself. That's me.
That's your group
That's me.
chat.
Yeah, and the dog and the cat.
Oh.
Cat being like, I fucking hate you.
I'm sorry to have brought that up.
That's
trauma.
okay. That's all right.
It makes me think about my sister, actually, who, sorry to brag, I've got sisters. She once accidentally emailed everybody in her now she worked for a big organisation this years and years ago in London, and she got married and she wanted to email her team to say, I'm changing my name as of Monday, my second name.
Okay.
So she was changing her name from Livingstone to Baldwin. And her first name is Shona, and it's spelt incorrectly for a start. It's spelled Shauna, right?
So Shauna.
Shauna. Yeah, but let's not get into this. We've had an argument with our parents all her life.
Fair enough.
It's pronounced Shona. But anyway, she wrote to everybody in this UK-wide organisation and said, hello, as of Monday, I'd like to be known as Sean Baldwin. And she left the A off the Shauna.
No way.
And she got loads of people going, congratulations. On
Congratulations on your transition.
Yes. And she then had to, I just love it so much because it was just like, it was so subtle. It was just like, this is how I'm telling you.
Sean Baldwin.
Sean Baldwin.
The Irish child that Mike had. My God.
Going a real way.
Stating the obvious with Jay McDonald. I used to love, was it on her travel programmes where she'd finish with a song and she'd do like a modern,
She always finishes with a song.
like
again.
cake by the ocean.
Oceans.
She'd be doing like a, I love her. That's who I feel like
She's
I am when I'm on
fantastic.
stage.
See, I
Northern
always
Ireland
used to
gin
start.
McDonald's.
I used to always start my wee cabaret show with the song. Nobody ever understood why the fuck I was doing it. It was just because I wanted to. It's like I wanted to. I saw myself as the non-problematic Cilla Black. We'll get on to Cilla at another time.
Why Cilla problematic?
She was a bastard.
But I loved her.
She was a
she?
bastard. If you look her up, you'll see
Banging
a
the table
blog full of all these people that were like, I was an airline person, cabin crew.
Really?
Cilla is a cunt. I'm in a chat group. I'm in a chat group with the guys that's called Cilla's a cunt. We are so. I was
my
going to make
God.
flyers and put them around Belfast. But she was a horrible.
I'm gonna go
horrible
down and
woman.
look.
I know.
These stories.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
I think
The
I know
pink
who-
diamond. Did you hear about the pink diamond?
I didn't hear
She was
about that
obsessed with having a pink diamond, a pink like X amount of carat diamond, and she was obsessed. She used to go on. She was so materialistic, but also she demanded somebody give up a table in a restaurant because it was her favorite table. And do you not
okay.
know who I am? There's so many stories
But
about how cunty
I've
she
seen
was.
a lot of like recently people like retweeting and sharing videos of her, so, like how bad the covers that she did were. They're so funny.
I love them.
But like, they're just so
those
bad.
ones on
I
her
don't-
TV show.
Yeah,
She's
the
like
TV
playing
show
with
football
Milkman
and
and all.
stuff, and like in a room full of like really like confused looking children singing to a policewoman. It was like a hero song or something, and she's all like holding her hands, and an ambulance driver.
You know all them
They're
kids
so
that go
funny.
past her in the Christmas one? She just kicked them all in the hole as they went out the door. You didn't get that bit. She just booted them out into the cold night air. All those wee kids were doing the robotics and all
Isn't
around
it
the
just
Christmas
as well
tree.
that we're not famous though? Because like the Cuntathon that would be my Wikipedia page if I was dead,
All the things you've said and done to people.
it would be awful.
Well, now we know Teresa Livingstone is a bona fide, genuine liar. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's been
We
you've been
do.
exposed. You've
100%.
exposed yourself.
I'm phoning the Sunday Life. When I get
Teresa,
out of here.
totally false. Totally false. What you see is not what
Yeah.
you get. She's only
Listen.
letting on to herself.
We the whole like the pretense. This is such a random story. Now I don't know why it's come into my head, but when I was 14, my parents threw me a surprise birthday party, right? But there were only 2 people at it.
Okay, yours come out.
I had always fantasized about someone throwing me a surprise party. So I reacted and carried on like someone had brought out like 150 people into this room. It was my friend at the time and her friend who was sort of like, somebody needs to come to this party.
Like a stunt mate.
Yes, right.
Aw.
And whenever I arrived, but do you know where they had it? The Stormont Hotel. Right? What? It just gets weirder. Did
they hire the ballroom?
The Stormont Hotel looks like something out of Chernobyl. Like, why did they hire the Stormont
It's like a corporate hire. No, we went into it was just dinner at the Stormont Hotel. I was 14, and they drove
What's the
me.
surprise? Just that there were 2 extra people there?
Yes, surprise.
It's very moving.
It's so sad, right? But I acted like it was the surprise of the century. And whenever we walked into the restaurant, they were both sat there. One of them smiling at me and the other one sort of going, is that her? You know, like looking at me going, is that the one whose birthday it is? And I was like, oh my God, who did this? Who did? They were like, we did, sit down. Like my parents and my sisters. And like the waiter came over at one point. We were having our main course and I was still like, did you know about this? You know, I was carrying
Oh, Mandy.
On the topic of Fiji, did like a day trip thing. Like you get like the bullet train there, and like you do the whole like try and get as close as possible to the viewpoint, and then go back at the end of the day. And on the way back, like we went to this place called Hakone, which is like a volcanic spring sort of place, and they have these like volcanic eggs. So like they're cooked in this like volcanic water, whatever. They're black, and you can just eat them. Apparently, it gives you like 7 years good luck. So I was like, love this, great. Bought one, ate it, and then got back on the bus, and then we're all like kind of heading back towards like. And then as the day was going on, I started to feel like hot, like like kind of sweaty, like
Temperature
kind of
type hot.
clammy sort of thing. And I was like, oh, I actually don't like feel great. And there was one last stop on the tour, and it was like a museum. And I was like, I actually like don't really feel well enough to like eat or like even go into the museum or anything. So I was like, I'm just gonna sleep it off on the bus. It's fine. And then everyone got back on, and like we were on our final leg back to get the bullet train back to Tokyo. And I was asleep. I was like, I'm just gonna go to sleep, see if that helps. I woke up basically mid projectile vomit.
Oh no.
Right? So like you're like sleeping and you wake up like it's already happening. I turned to my left, there was 2 bags. One was like brown paper bag that I came in, and one was like a plastic bag. I had about 2 seconds to make a decision. Grab the paper bag and cartoon projectile vomited into this bag on the bus. There's about 30 people on the bus.
Yeah.
Everyone's asleep.
Oh
And
God, that's one good
I'm
thing.
at the back, and I was like, just that like food poisoning kind of sick, like it is like a cartoon,
Yes.
and so like it is different, and threw up, and then like immediately felt so much better. I was like, oh my God, thank God. And I was just sitting there like panting and sweating, and then I just felt this like warm sensation all over my legs. The bag had burst
Oh
at the
Jesus.
bottom. So all the sick had
Oh,
just
no.
fallen out of the bag, had landed in my lap, all down my legs, all onto the seat. There was a lot of sick.
into the bag. Just
No, it gets worse. I then panic. I throw the bag on the ground, okay? Because like, where else am I going to put it? And then everyone's asleep, okay? So I'm like, just at the back of the bus covered in sick.
Oh no. Rachel.
And like, there's And then I just had to
Try
be.
and put it on someone who's asleep, and then they wake up and go.
But
They wake up and they're like, "Oh my god, I threw up on the sleep."
I'm like, after I threw the bag on the ground, the sick is then traveling
Towards sleeping people.
Yes, but then I have to like.
Like a horror movie. Like the water. It's like the water in Final Destination. Like.
Oh dear.
Oh god, sorry. And then this is embarrassing. So I then had to
this is embarrassing.
Yeah,
okay,
like, this
now
is-
we're getting to the
this
embarrassing.
is an embarrassing story. So then I had to be like, I had like try and wake someone up.
And say you've been sick.
Yeah.
And go.
So I was like, help at the back. And then I was like tapping people and they wouldn't wake up.
What were they
I
gonna do?
don't know.
What were they gonna
I
help
was
you
just
with?
scared.
You just wanted a witness.
I'm scared of what I'm
Wakes
capable
up
of.
and go, "I'm in an egg."
Because I was like trying to warn them that the sick,
Get away from me. I'm not
like I was trying to warn them like the sick is coming. You know, like kind of.
It's
The
just.
sick is
I like that it's not my sick anymore. It's the sick.
Because everyone's sick.
She's out like with
The
a
sick is
sandwich board and a bell.
The sick is coming.
Like the
Were
town
you put on
crier.
a plane the next
Like
day?
hear ye, hear ye. Like, oh god, it
Oh,
was so funny.
Rachel.
So then it was going down the bus and then I was like waking people up, like help, help. And
Look
like,
what I've
like,
done.
Yeah. Be covered
I
in
don't
sick.
understand why you were waking
Like-
everybody up.
You're
Because-
gonna want to see this.
Because it was like going down the bus and like onto people's feet.
No, I get. Yeah.
Oh God.
And then
You
yeah,
don't
but
want to
like
look like you were trying to get
uh,
away with it. I think is the
yeah.
thing, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but like do you ever get like you're in like survival? I wasn't even embarrassed at the time. I was just in
Yeah, you
survival
were just
mode.
trying to.
And like I still felt sick and stuff. And like basically like everyone had to help. Everyone on the bus started to like push the sick back up the bus with
Oh
tissues.
my God.
But like you know you're just like so out of body like after something
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
happens. So then we
you
had
gave
then we had to
everyone a
get
good.
back.
I mean, you gave everyone on that bus
They've
a
all got a
horrible.
story.
Do you know what? Thank
Yeah.
God there was like women on like there was like loads of mums got up like the mums like rose up like you know out of
Yeah.
out of the ether.
Out of the sick.
Yeah, just wiped their faces.
They all
and
had
came up
tool
to me.
belts with
Out of
like
the
wet
ocean.
wipes.
Yeah. And they were like they were so nice. They were like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" And then we weren't even back in Tokyo at that point. We got to the fucking bullet train to then get back to Tokyo. So I still had like another 2 hours journey to go.
Yeah.
On the bullet train, it was so funny.
How do I kill some time on this train?
Yeah, so I was bent over with a plastic bag. I learned my lesson on the
Oh,
bullet train,
God.
and like it was so like I was like just like dry heaving, and like this like, Japanese man was just like watching me, and he just got up and left. He was like, "This is not for me." Yeah,
Westerners.
and then I got back. Then once I got back to Tokyo, it just never ends. I then got like hopelessly lost in Shinjuku
Yeah.
Station, like so disoriented, couldn't find my way out. And like eventually got onto the right train, and then this is the scariest bit. So I was on my own, like completely, and I just felt I was on the last train. I was like, I was almost back at the hotel, and I was standing up, really rush hour, packed, like absolutely like crammed in the tube.
And you're covered in sick.
Yeah, covered in
you're
sick.
still covered in
yeah,
sick.
stink of sick, and
Egg sick.
yeah, egg sick as well. And I just like I felt myself like I was like, oh, I feel like really lightheaded, and I was like, and I could feel my vision coming in like black from the sides.
The
I was
sick
like,
is coming.
I was like,
Just start alerting everyone at the station.
I was like,
The sick is nothing to do with me. But the
hear
sick is
ye,
coming.
hear ye, the sick is coming. And I was like, I'm gonna pass out on this train. Like I'm actually gonna faint.
Yeah.
So I then had to, Japanese are very polite and very like
Yes.
structured and very quiet and stuff. I then sat. This is a real like bad thing to do, but I was like, I might actually like faint if I don't do this. I sat cross-legged on the ground, like in the train, to stop myself from passing out. I eventually made my way home.
Oh,
but-
that's not the worst thing. Oh, is this the embarrassing part? I sat
me sat on the train
cross-legged
because I was like on the ground and all these like Japanese men were just like staring at me like, what is wrong with her? And I was like, I'm on death's door. Yeah,
Oh, you poor
covered in
thing.
sick.
See, this
But
is
yeah.
why I don't have stories like this.
Yeah, I just remembered that.
Because
I blocked that out actually. I didn't even think about that.
Like, I'm not going up a mountain
Yeah.
in another country or otherwise. I go to the co-op with more in my bag than you probably took on that trip. I'm not eating eggs from strangers.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
Everyone was eating the eggs. I didn't think it was an issue, but
So
I like
it's your risk assessment approach to
Yeah,
life. That's
that's
right.
true.
If you don't do anything,
Yeah.
that thing happens.
you can never be embarrassed.
But you've still got
It's
good
an empty
stories,
life,
Sarah.
I won't lie.
Yeah.
It's a hollow, sad life.
But it's so funny because like on Instagram I was like, beautiful day at Fiji, meanwhile covered in sick. Like,
Oh, isn't that
you never
doesn't
show.
that sum up
Like,
Instagram in a nutshell?
yeah.
So after that, you posted a photo of
Of
you just
Fiji,
being
like,
all
you know,
like,
like a-
felt
like-
cute, might delete later.
Yeah.
I'm going to go
yeah.
back through all your pictures on
gonna
Instagram now.
be
from
Yeah,
covered
we
in
need to
sick.
go and find them.
Throw
Yeah.
up that day, did you?
She's covered in.
You'll see it. You'll see the egg, and then you'll just see like 2 days of no posting, and that's because I was just recovering from the sick.
So I went on this tour around Europe with about 48 Australians right, just by myself. And I just arrived on the bus and I was all, hiya, I'm a teacher from Northern Ireland. They were like, what are you doing here? I was like, I don't know. But anyway, let's go see Europe. So they didn't, it was really good fun. And I had a very, very good time, far too good a time. But anyway, we went to Amsterdam and part of the tour was every day, the tour guide would be on the bus and he would send a list on a clipboard around the bus and you had to tick all the things you wanted to take part in, like a wee excursion to the Anne Frank Museum or something like this. So I didn't even read. I just ticked all. I was just like, tick, 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 right? And so we all had a day like going to the museums, going and eating and drinking or whatever. And then he said, right, everyone who's going for the theatre visit will meet down in the hostel of like front door at about 7. I was like, grand. So I got down to the front door. It was just loads of guys and me, and I was like, oh, is there no girls to this? And they were like, no. And I was like, oh well, there's no appreciation for the arts. And off we went to what was a gorgeous looking, like proper looking theatre, right?
Yeah.
And we all sort of filed in, and there was 2 guys I was sitting with, and it was only like day 2 of the tour, so I hadn't even met everybody yet properly. And they were like, I can't do an Australian accent, you're a bit of a gala, Teresa, aren't you? And I was like, a goer of the theatre? To the theatre? Yes, I am.
You're sitting there with a wee thing.
I was like trying to buy a programme. Excuse me, who's in the cast? So it's only when we sat down, they were like, this is a live sex show.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So I was, only because I am so polite, I was like, well, it'd be rude to leave now. So I was sat in the middle, like of a big long line, like a big row of people. And I was in the middle and I was like, I kind of want to go, but I don't really know how to get out of here.
Trip over all the boners.
I know. I'd rather just stay where I am. I don't actually want to stand up. So and there was like a guy going around taking like drinks orders and everything. So nobody was really talking to each other, but I was going, excuse me, can I get a gin and tonic and some salt and vinegar crisp, please? The guy was like, what? I was like, I'm here for the show. So it was horrific. It'd be different if it was just like a film. It'd be fine, right? But it was live. And there was several different acts that happened beforehand. It was like people coming on and doing striptease and all that, which is all very mild. And then it was just so depressing. It wasn't even like, oh, I can appreciate the lighting, or there was some nice coordination there. Literally was just 2 people came out at the end.
Giving it nothing.
And had like, the most soulless looking, oh my God, it was awful.
No, yeah, can you imagine that though?
Awful. Like, and I was just sat there just being like, when do we applaud? Like, when do you clap?
Just like, oh, was that him? Okay. Very nice.
Or just hearing that on stage.
I just you by yourself. As you're leaving. But
anyway, that was horrific. I might not put this episode out. I am a professional.
Oh my God. But Busters though, well, we did Florida. So my 3rd year in uni was a placement to Florida, and it was like to be a barman waiter at a country club. But there was like piles of us, piles of South Africans, piles of people from UK, and the couple that organised it took us to Miami one night, and we were watching the Miami Heat game. Flo Rida was singing, and then one of the girls that was with us just fully vanished. And it was like we were like, oh, she's probably floating about. After the game, she was like, where's she at? Like nobody knew. And then we were like, holy shit, she's actually like just not here.
Yeah.
So then the whole thing was just like searching for like 2 hours. We were like, fuck, where is she? And then the people that organised the trip were like, we're actually getting tired. We're going to jump back in the bus. You can stay and look for. We're like 20. We were like, oh my God. And they just fucked off. We just had to spend the night in Florida looking for this doll, like booked accommodation, and everybody was steaming. Oh, it was crazy. Everybody was steaming, and there was one of the girls with us was like hysterical. And we were all like trying to say calm, and she just cracked, and she was like, we have to start checking the water. We were like, oh my God, can you calm the fuck? We're like, take it down just sit down a wee bit.
Putting on her scuba gear.
I was like, what? But yeah, it turned out the girl that went missing just got really drunk and jumped in a taxi and was like, take me back to Palm Beach.
God.
And she said like, it's like a 3-hour drive. She said an hour and a half into the drive, she started realizing what she'd done. And she was like, oh my God, I have no fucking money. And the taxi driver like heard her say this, and he was like, you've got no more money to pay me, And pulled up to our estate, and the police were already there because he like rang the police.
Oh, had he, right?
Yeah, to get this money, and she panicked and went to one of the other houses of ones that were staying there that didn't go to the game, who were like massive weed smokers, and she just brought like 6 police to their house, like right to their front door. And it was the one night they were like, "We'll have a wee sober night tonight."
Oh,
and then the
really?
fucking police kicked the door, and they're like, "Jesus." For like $200 to pay this taxi.
Oh
so then
my
they paid it off.
God.
I don't even know how I got to that. But
Well,
yeah,
we were talking about being young abroad.
Yeah.
You were working in country clubs. Was
in a
that like
country
the
club,
most elite, horrendous people?
Do you know what? They were quite, there was just really old millionaires just
Oh, right, okay.
full of it. Yeah, and they were all white, of course,
Yeah.
but the club was like, right, we can't be racist. So they had like one black family amongst like 300 white rich people. Like,
See? Yes, I know.
But yeah, it was great. But it was like the same club Venus and Serena Williams trained their tennis at, like Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy played there at the golf clubs and stuff. But it was just a cool experience at that age because you were just 20 in Miami being
amazing,
being a drunk lunatic. Yeah, do you know who I met?
Trolling the waters for missing girls.
Yeah. That's just a wee blip in the whole trip.
Who'd you meet?
We met. Do you remember that viral guy who just ran in front of a camera and was like, "Fuck her in the pussy"? Do you remember that? Do you remember that guy? Did you see that guy?
He's nodding.
Yeah.
No?
So it was this random.
Which
dude
camera?
On the news.
On the news?
Yeah.
No.
So there was a news report, and this guy just ran by and went, "Fuck her in the pussy," and then ran off, and then he became like a celebrity in America.
It was like an early meme.
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
And we were at a nightclub one night, and he was doing a guest appearance.
Was he just saying that over the microphone?
And people were getting photos of this guy.
Of course.
So this is you can be.
It's like
a
their
celebrity
version
for
of
anything.
the Frostbit boy.
Yeah, that was their dude. And you can really be a celebrity for
anything.
Literally anything. He had an
Phone-
agent and everything.
Oh, for
It's like,
God's
what
sake.
the fuck?
Why do I bother? Like,
Can you
why
imagine
do
that was
I
your
bother?
set? Walking around the bush. And everyone's like,
Yay!
And that's
Doesn't matter. 100 million followers on
Yeah.
Instagram. Doesn't matter.
yeah.
I was going to say to you, what were you like as a teenager? But I know.
Yeah, you know.
And this is going to
Clarify
make
for
me
the people,
feel.
'cause that
This is
looks
going to
weird.
make me feel very, very old. I was a substitute teacher at William's school when William was at school.
Yeah.
How is that possible? I'm only like 2 years older than you.
I know,
How
we're
is
the
that
same age.
physically possible?
We're like the same. age.
Scundered. I'm scundered. Yeah, but I wasn't actually your teacher, but I was around the same time. I was one of those. That sounds really fucking weird. Like I was around. I used to hang outside the change rooms. Hiya, hello boys.
Yeah, you filled in for
The music teacher.
the music teacher. Yes, you took some of the musical lessons when
Yeah.
I was in it, though.
Yes.
Yes.
So you were in the musical. You
Yeah.
were in The Sound of Music.
Yeah.
I never saw this for you.
No.
I never thought. No, I'm not saying you weren't funny. You were no crack. But I thought it was going to be that. You seemed like a real musical theatre type kid.
Go fuck yourself. I drive.
I didn't think that was.
I
it, is
drive
it?
here and bring buns, and you're saying that shit to me.
But you were very much. That's the impression I got of you.
What the fuck, bro?
Do you know why? Do you know why? Because you always had girls around you, but not in a. You know, they were always like your best friends. I'm
Yeah.
really painting you.
What the fuck? Like,
You are losing all your street cred
Yeah.
today.
what the shit? Like,
Do a dear, a female tear, and they'll all be like,
do you know why you got that? Because
yeah,
you were
yeah.
a teacher, and I knew to
You knew
flick
how
that
to,
on.
You knew how to behave in front of a teacher. I think
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
So no more musical theatre for you.
No, because I hate actors in theatre. They
okay.
do my tits in
Why?
so much because they act like it's a hard job. It's not hard. Oh, it's very demanding. Pretend to be someone else. Fuck off. It's your job. Don't do it then. Oh, I'm on. It's in stand-ups like we're in the trenches. No, you're
Yeah,
not. You're in
I
the
know.
fucking Ormo Road for 10 minutes talking about fingering. It is hard, but like
Yeah.
no one's making you do it.
I know. No, you're right. It is the
Music's way harder.
Yeah, music is harder. Thank you. I think it is.
Music's
and
way
to
harder.
do that
Yeah.
and be funny. Come on now.
But at least comedians don't take themselves serious. Actors have a level of gravitas in their head that do my tits in.
I think it's because I think there's a bit of resentment that as a comedian you can just decide to be a comedian one day. And
Yeah.
like, I'm getting up, I'm going to do it. Whereas anyone can stand up and act and just be sectioned immediately.
Yeah.
But it's harder to get on stage,
You
to
can
get
just-
the opportunities.
Yeah, but that's comedy too. There's shit plays you can do.
Yeah, that's true.
There's shit theatre you can be in.
Yes.
You can decide to be anything.
Is this a wee reaction because I said you were a musical theatre kid?
No, it's a genuine
Okay.
hatred I have. Like the anger. You've seen me in the Edinburgh Festival, and people are like, "Would you like to step back into the 1800s?" And I'm like, "They will find your body in different parts of this park if you don't leave me alone."
Yeah, we got flyered a lot by, more so this year than ever, loads of like student drama companies. There seem to be a lot. I don't know if they're maybe just comedians aren't flyering anymore. Every time I was flyered at the Fringe this year, and I was only there for a weekend, it was like, "Hi, we're from Durham University, and we have decided to look at what the inside of a brain looks like at the end of an apocalypse." And I'm just like, I just want to take the flyer and make them feel better.
Yeah.
But I'm like, no one is coming to see this.
Yeah.
No one.
Your dreams are for no one. No one wants this.
It was my first work Christmas do, and I was working in television as a young researcher in the very Celtic Tigery days, because you'll be shocked for me to say this, Wafa, I'm a little bit older than you, and so there was loads of money floating around, loads and loads, and the company that I worked for was the company that made Riverdance, so they had loads of money floating around, and they had an independent TV company. And so they booked out this very trendy Dublin bar, the entire ground floor for this staff Christmas party. And there was drinks and champagne, everything flowing. And I was very nervous about the whole thing. So I'd gone off and I bought myself a very nice wee new outfit and these really cute strappy sandal shoes.
Yeah.
Right. And nervous, turned up anyway. And I was like, okay, this is your, because I was thinking in my head, networking. Networking, because you know when you're so junior, you're like, I'm going to network.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure what that was then.
I don't know.
Still
what
don't
it
know
means.
now.
Yeah.
Apparently, it just means chatting to people and not being a dick.
I know. I'm not good
and they
at
forget
it.
about you next day because they were drunk that night.
See, I would have probably turned up to that in my Irish dancing outfit when I was 12.
Nice.
Just been like, do you need a filler?
Do you need a bit of entertainment? Yeah. Well, they did get entertainment, to be fair. So arrived anyway at this restaurant, and they had booked out the entire downstairs. And I get to the top of the stairs, and there are those stairs where there's like, the steps are like shelves and then there's a gap between them.
Yes.
And very thin banisters. And I've never been a slim girl, and I was pretty much the same size then. And I took one step and the feet went out from under me.
Oh no.
Right? But I fully went up in the air. I didn't even bang off the steps. I landed 2/3 of the way down the steps, having hit nothing, just flew in the air.
There you go. Very smooth.
Because the shoes were so slippy. Skirt akimbo. Hair akimbo. Landed and just boom, 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 down the last few steps. And of course, the entire place went into absolute silence.
Oh, Jesus.
And two of the very nice men that worked there came running from the other side of the room.
Yeah.
I don't know what they thought they were going to do. Catch me? I'd have killed them dead.
Yeah.
Came over to try and help me up. And I just had to lie there for a minute. And then, of course, there's this girl in the back going, "Don't move her. Don't move her." I'm like, "Thanks, Kathy. Thanks, yeah." Could they maybe pull my skirt down? They don't have to damage my spine in the process, but if they could just...
Stop. The skirt stays on.
The gooter is on display. It's the whole party. Do you know what I mean? It was, I had underpants on, but you know, it was just like, it was up. And I just couldn't move for a couple of minutes. And the entire time I was lying there, nobody knew what to do. Exposed fully. I'm like,
Could you not pull your own skirt down?
I did eventually,
But
obviously.
you're like still
I was
probably
like,
in
I'm
shock.
up here. And
Oh, right, okay.
You're in shock.
Pull it down. It
In
was
shock. Have a look at that.
And you almost want them. I think if I fall, I would rather people laugh.
I would rather they all turn their
because
back.
if they're
Just turn to pretend they didn't see it. Just turn away. And we can all mutually agree that nobody saw nothing. And that didn't
Wafa,
happen.
I'm exactly the same.
I'd rather you
Because
laugh.
If I see somebody fall, I always think it's funny.
Yeah.
And it's not always appropriate to laugh.
Yeah.
But if you make eye contact and sort of go,
Yeah.
you know.
Ha ha ha. I'd rather
it's fine.
then it's quiet and everyone's like, you said, "Oh, don't move her," and I'm like,
It's why we're not in the ambulance service, because we're like, this is so funny. So, no, I know you've broken a hip, but do you know how funny this
because
is?
you don't want to be the only one who fell and laughing and everyone feeling sorry for you
Yes.
either.
This wasn't sort of
But that
a wee
sounds
stumble and a
dangerous.
trick.
Oh, no, this was
dangerous.
opening 5 minutes of casualty. Bad. Where you can see them on the back and going, litigation. She'll take a case.
God.
So the first half an hour then of the party, no one could let it go. They're like, "Are you okay? Sit down."
I'm sure you
And
did
of course I
network.
was shaking.
You did
Great
eventually
networking.
network.
Great
Brilliant
networking.
impression. Brilliant impression. It's like, look at how she deploys gravity. It's amazing. You know, yeah.
We need her in our team.
You know, when you're telling a story, it's quite healing to share this.
Yeah.
But my heart is pounding.
You're
and
reliving it.
It is.
Still-
It was.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll still sometimes at 3 a.m. be lying there thinking, what? How?
Because
because you also, it's not just the embarrassment, but were you hurt? Like, did you hurt yourself?
Bizarrely, not badly. The bruises
Yeah.
the next day were pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
But nothing was like broken or
Yeah,
sprained
yeah,
or anything.
yeah.
I was able to kind of get up and be brought over and sit down and be handed a drink and everything. But like,
You'd almost want to be taken to the hospital.
I know,
wish
don't
I
make me
had.
stay for the rest of the
like,
party.
Like I probably, or you fake like you're.
I could have
fainted
faked
or
something and then just like left. And that would have been so much
Yeah.
better. But
And then
no.
they just take you and you're like, actually, just drive me home.
Just
No.
someone just shoot me and put me out of misery.
No, because I was such a people pleaser. I was trying to like put on a brave face.
I
the
know.
whole
I don't want
time.
you to be
"Oh, I'm
uncomfortable."
fine.
Yeah.
I'm grand. Like,
Yeah.
no, go
No,
home.
I'm
Go home,
because
yeah.
when you relive that, when you're retelling it, I think it's twofold. You're experiencing the shame, but the
Yeah.
pain as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like you can still feel it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I've had many falls, many falls in my time, but and I've said this so many times in this podcast, but I did fall off the stage in the Empire at the back, like coming off. After doing like a whole 35-minute set, like ta-da, you know when you want to leave on a high,
And you finish her,
ta-da, and then turned around and just went dunk, like head first down the step, and oh my god, so it's twofold. Every time I think about that, I'm like, that's so embarrassing,
Jesus.
but also it's really sore, and I was so adamant that I was fine. The people backstage, I think it was Andrew Ryan was emceeing, and he was the one who found me because I crumpled.
found you. I love you
It's
that he
such
found
a
you.
narrow little space at the
Yeah,
back of
yeah,
the stage
it
in the
is.
Empire. So when I fell
And it's a
down,
dark space. Yeah.
it's dark. I'm not.
Did people
I'm not,
see you fall? Like, were
Yes.
people aware?
And
Did the
I
applause
didn't
just
because
stop?
yes, no, people went. So there, it was mainly the people who were up in the balcony because they can see right down into the stage.
And
So
you're like,
people
oh, yes.
right on the floor didn't
I
really
don't know.
notice,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
everybody else on the raised bits, they saw it. A lot of people thought it was part of the act.
Yeah, that's what I tell
So
you.
they
like,
were
oh, it's
sort of
part
like,
it.
she's
She's hilarious to the
she's so
last
funny.
second.
Right to the
Yeah.
last.
Right to the last. She's still performing off stage there. But I was wearing like a t-shirt. This is back when I started doing stand-up. I used to do it kind of like a character who was, I say a character, it was a woman at the end of her tether, so it was quite obviously me. But I'd have mascara smudged all down my face on purpose, and my hair all backcombed, and I'd always looked like basically I'd been on a night out and hadn't had any sleep. So that's how I would perform. So, but
Perfect for the fall.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
you have already the look.
Yeah, so I looked like I'd already fallen before I started, but I was adamant. Everyone kept going, "Are you okay?" I was going, "Oh, yeah, no, absolutely fine.
This is the thing.
Absolutely fine." I had sprained my ankle,
yeah.
which only transpired the next day. But I was
I
like,
don't want
"Not
to ruin
at
the
all."
night for everyone else. We need to stop being. Yeah,
We need to stop that.
I'm the
Yeah.
same. I'm the same. Like I once felt it was Christmas actually, and we were hosting, and we had guests, and I cooked the whole dinner, and I was so tired after a while, and we were having tea, and I was like, you know what, guys, I'm just going to go on, and I need to get changed, and I went to the shower, and I was still slippy, and I fell.
Oh no!
In the shower?
No, like in the wooden floor.
Oh, yes.
Like with my towel went up and
Yeah.
all that, and everyone heard the massive bang, and then my husband came up, and I was like. No, he was like, everyone's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine."
Don't look at me.
And I was actually terrible.
Yeah.
And then I had to go back, get changed, and sit there, even though I was so sore. And I told no one that.
Why do we do this?
Yeah.
Maybe
And
it's after years of no one believing you when you say you're in pain. They'll be like,
yeah.
"You're
Probably
fine.
is.
It's
Yeah.
PMS."
Yeah, you're
Where
okay.
you don't
you're
even
fine.
know anymore. It's like,
Yeah.
am I?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really sore.
I guess I'll just tell myself to lose weight and go home. Thank you. I'm going to ask you, because there's a story I think Wafa can tell us as well in terms of embarrassing, but I've a good would you rather that will lead us into it, okay? So I'm going to ask you this, and these are both embarrassing things, but which one would you rather do, okay? Would you rather accidentally... Oh no, I've done that wrong. Hang on. Would you rather accidentally write a message to your friend and post it as your Facebook status? This is very old hat. So you think you're texting your friend, but you put it as your Facebook status.
Okay.
Or accidentally like an ex's post on Instagram from 3 years ago.
Oh. I mean, I don't usually get options for embarrassing
yeah.
myself. And I mean,
Yeah.
if I went by my past life, it'd be both.
Every vote.
I think I'd have to do the accidental Facebook message.
Yeah.
The liking the ex's post.
I know. See, I've done worse than those two.
Oh no.
I've done worse. So this was one night I was, do you know those nights where you're like on your own in the house watching something have some way too much wine and you start looking people that you lost contact with.
Yes. No, I'm unfamiliar.
Never done this. Wafa, is it hoping they're doing really well?
No, it's obviously hoping they are.
I hope everything's worked out for them.
It's a haircut, terrible job, excellent.
I know. It's like, I hope your life is shit. Yeah.
Yes.
So I go and then I go check my high school ex-boyfriend story or whatever Instagram.
Yeah.
And then I find he got engaged. Oh. Right. And I didn't care, like, obviously. But I was like, because I was so in a mean mode, you know. I wanted to kind of like I wanted to send that, and someone was like, you're so much better.
Yeah. So like, God love whoever this is getting that.
And then she was like wearing, do you know people do this sometimes? Like, she's wearing like white dress or whatever, and then he writes, she said yes. And you're like, obviously she said yes. Like she wasn't the hairdresser for 5 hours.
Oh, she just turned up like that, did she?
Like, we don't wake up like that.
Wedding dress with her nails done.
That's stage, right? So that's what I wanted to say.
Yes.
So I sent the picture to my friend, and I think I thought I typed the message, or anyway, and then I was drinking my wine, and I look at my phone. Oh, my friend didn't text me back. Oh, okay. Went to bed.
Oh no. Oh no. Yes.
Thankfully, I woke up really early, but it's still, the damage was done.
Good few hours later.
Yeah, a good few hours later. I woke up and there's like loads of notifications on my phone. And some of my friends calling me video and calling me. And I was like, they wouldn't usually call me at like that late at night. And then a message from my ex.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is weird. That is such a weird coincidence that I just saw his picture yesterday.
Had the fear started yet? Or?
I am like,
she's just so like, what a coincidence.
I'm probably popular. And I was like, and I thought,
God,
maybe
this is what it's like to have self-esteem.
This is way too much confidence. So, and then I look, and then I see him answering one of my stories. I was like, maybe, you know, I put a lot of pictures of me on wine and all. And then he goes, can you please take this down? I put his engagement photo in your stories.
Oh, God.
And the worst is him telling me, can you please take this down?
But Wafa, had you put like a comment on it as
no,
well?
No,
Oh, no, that would have been even better.
No.
This is obviously staged.
I know. I know. I was like, I imagine myself. I think what happened, I probably typed it, but you know what happens sometimes? Instagram, like the photo comes on top. Or I must have written.
Oh, I know what you mean.
I think I got away with it. I got away, but because I definitely typed that. Oh, she said yes.
Yeah,
of course she did.
Of course she did.
She was 5 hours in the hairdresser.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I wanted to die, obviously, for a few days.
Yes.
And then all of it. And then one day, like, came to me and was like, you know what? Just embrace it. Just be like,
yeah, I did that. I'm just
did
happy
that.
for you.
Yeah.
I celebrate your love.
When is the wedding?
I just wanted to get you loads of engagement.
But all my friends were like pissing themselves. They were like, some of them,
because
like,
they knew you hadn't meant to do it. Obviously.
But some see the time as well.
Yeah. Oh no, that's the worst thing.
But
2 a.m.
I think some of them thought, like, am I having a breakdown? Some thought, like, you've never talked about this guy ever for years.
No.
Are you
This
like
the one that got away?
Yeah.
You've had a.
Oh no!
Your heart is broken.
And they're like, I think we need an intervention. He's taken.
Oh, God love you.
And I was like,
if I was married, which I don't want to, but I was like, a videographer was like the most important
Really?
thing.
Yeah.
I don't want
More
one,
than
but
the
the only
photos,
reason
I
I
think.
want one, I might just get my sister to do it, is I want a compilation of clips of just me that I can watch and go, I look quite pretty.
Look quite pretty.
I look quite pretty.
The lower to see.
But with your underbite coming forward, we're doing a Keira
I'm wearing
Knightley
a baby boy
impression.
hat and going, they're all of me.
Yeah, you love me.
Yeah, that's
I
what
love
want.
that meme
Yeah.
of. I've seen somebody share that clip from Love Actually of people. It's like my dog looking through my photo albums. They're all of me.
Oh,
I look quite pretty. I think you do it better than me putting the. She has her taste forward.
quite
doesn't she?
pretty.
I look quite pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got her.
The underbite great.
Yeah,
Can you do
you've got
it? You
the-
do
you've
it
got her
again.
face,
Do it again.
I look quite pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there.
it's-
That's
it's-
better.
yeah.
No,
It's like
please do that.
Your face is perfect. It's
But no
fucked up.
other. I don't want any other wedding video. That's not on any of the wedding video I want. I just want shots of me.
Yeah.
On grainy VHS.
I just found a friend who's secretly in love with me.
I was going to say that can be me. I'll go.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Someone has sent me this one. It's about her dad. So I'm going to read you the start of it, and I want you to guess what happens next to make it an embarrassing story. You'll probably the last time I did this was with String Ninjas, and I read the story, and they just said the answer straight away, and I was like, right,
Thanks,
okay,
Mick.
great. Thanks for going straight for the obvious answer.
Yeah.
Okay, here we are. This is a story about my dad that happened to, not my dad, the person's dad. So this
We
is
know
a
how stories work.
Teresa's back to, it was a cold winter's morning. Once
You know what? I think I have a master's in English literature because I actually know what a first person narrator is.
Narrative is. She's an unreliable narrator, by the way. I gotta just put that out there. But this is one example of an unreliable narrator.
not my dad, obviously.
Yeah.
This is how I
Actually,
read
you're
all
going to tell me
stories.
this isn't your house?
Yeah.
Doing all stories. Once upon a time, this little girl, not me, not you,
Not
this is this little girl.
Someone else.
I'm picturing like a play in the lyric where you're doing the narration and it's like there once was about not
Not
like
me,
somebody
not me,
it
not
wasn't
me.
me by the way.
Not any of you, obviously.
Yeah, just someone.
You don't know this person, but
Yeah.
Get it together.
Just imagine.
Just imagine that this isn't about me for a minute.
Yeah, I know it's hard, but it's
I'm ready
actually
to go
not
into
about
my
me.
mind palace.
Mind palace.
My palace.
Okay, this is a story about my dad that happened in the late 90s. My dad is a playwright, and
La-di-da.
Okay.
it's very relatable.
Yeah.
My dad is a playwright, and he had interviewed a lot of people for a project officer role to do admin. He had picked his person for the job, and the BBC were interviewing for something similar at the time. They emailed him to ask, was there anyone of interest from his interviews that he might like to recommend? So what do you think happened next to make this an embarrassing story?
Oh.
I've given you very little to go on because the next part kind of gives it away.
So he was hiring for a
Like
project officer job.
Yeah.
And then because they've been doing that round of hiring, the BBC were like, oh, we're also hiring for that job. Is there anyone you'd recommend?
Yeah.
Sorry, I zoned out a little bit.
I know. It's not,
When I say that was like someone explaining a board game rules, and I zoned out and was like, then you were like, what happened? And I was like,
I was ready to because I knew there was going to be a question at the end. In my head, I was going,
focus.
Like you were going to go, if John has 3 apples.
We missed all the keywords.
It was just the
I was
setup,
like-
and then the question was coming.
I was like, the dad's a playwright. That's all I got. Not gonna lie.
I'm trying.
Nobody listened.
I fully was like, what do you think?
At the end, you go, what happened next? And Richard goes, hero play.
Oh god.
Right. So
I
listen
think
again.
for it to be
Just give us the
embarrassing.
key points.
I gave.
Oh,
We did it. We
I made her cry again.
Sorry.
So for it to be embarrassing rather than just like bad in that situation, you would have to send something to them
Yeah.
accidentally.
Yeah, she's fucking. You still don't know what we're talking about because you weren't listening.
Project officer, what? Like, what is it?
Right. He interviewed for an
Some people have
assistant.
jobs.
He interviewed for like an assistant.
Okay.
And then for some reason the BBC decided to ignore employment law
Okay.
and went straight to him and said, oh, we're hiring for something like that similar. Was there anybody you would recommend?
Did he accidentally recommend
So
himself?
trying to give-
We'll just leave a B for this.
No,
bit.
I just don't understand how you meant to guess.
I know what you mean.
Not understanding how guessing works.
I've
Like,
also-
I'm like, I don't know, tell us.
Made fun of Teresa that we might not know how stories work, but Rachel doesn't know how guessing works.
How games work.
I'm like, tell me immediately. This tomfoolery.
She doesn't have time for this. She's got to go home and
Finish the
Oh,
story.
It's too early. It's too early to be
it's not
guessing.
too early. What is the answer?
I think you would either have to.
like
Did
no
he
teacher
accidentally
mode.
send
Oh,
his own
God.
details to them, like he was recommending himself,
Himself.
for the job?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's I'll go with that
Or
too.
a picture of his dick.
Yeah.
Those are the only two things that
This
come
is
to
what
mind.
I recommend.
Yeah.
That's funnier than the answer.
Oh, sorry.
Let me just let's just get this over with. So he's
Wait, do you need me to?
Hold me.
hold.
Hold
That's
me.
exactly what needs to happen. Cynthia Arrival her.
Concentrate.
Hold in space.
Okay.
Oh,
He
God.
sent the BBC a list saying these two at the top are good and the rest are a complete waste of time. This was when email was still a relatively new thing, and he actually sent the email to every single one of the people on the list. There were about 20 applications, and he sent it to them all.
Shit.
Imagine.
Nice.
They are a complete twist of time. That's great.
That's good. You should have just kept going and just
feel
told us
like
straight away.
I should have told you the story.
No, that is great.
Have you witnessed or taken part in a childhood nativity disaster? So have you been in one? Have you seen one? Have you heard one?
Well, I have been in a nativity play, but I was the child you'd all hate. I was Mary.
Oh.
I know. I was Mary.
Who'd you sleep with to get that role, huh?
Oh yeah, P3, here I am. And I was so proud of myself. Like I was so
All
proud of
Marys are.
myself.
Yeah.
But I think what the Scundered thing is, like, I took my role really seriously.
Do you go method?
I was full method. And Joseph was this guy, I think his name's Colin.
Guy?
Yeah.
P3?
Yes, this guy.
It's this guy. 25.
He's not like quite a successful artist, but he wasn't as into it, and that kind of annoyed me. I was like,
It wasn't
taking
taken
this
as serious.
seriously.
No, Emma,
I
I
can't
agree.
work with this. I need your dedication here. But I think at the end, like, because they talked P3. By the time I was still in P6, parents would still come up and go, "Oh, do you remember when you were Mary at the end?" Because I like at the baby Jesus at the end. You know, like I was like this with the baby, like a tattler. I was like,
my God. I could just imagine.
I was just like showing the whole place, the whole school, the baby Jesus, like here
You
he
didn't do a
is.
full-on birth scene or something?
Not,
just for
no,
the,
not yet.
Go for your Oscar
I
clip?
know. I should have missed opportunity there. But yeah, no, I loved being Mary.
You got, well,
Very
yeah,
good.
never been married. Were you ever married?
No, middle name's Mary.
There
That's
you
not
go.
good enough, Lisa.
I never
so
got
is mine.
picked.
Oh, no, mine isn't. No, mine. What? Can I tell you? This is what an idiot I am. My confirmation name is Mary.
Okay.
Right? Which is not your legal name.
No.
I didn't know
Get
that.
everything. Extra names and all.
Extra names.
I get everything.
I didn't know that that wasn't your proper name. It's on my grade 8 piano certificate.
What, your confirmation? What, did you just get confused and
Got
thought you got
confused and wrote-
rebranded?
I thought it became your name. See, when my mother saw that, she's like, "There's something wrong with you. Why have you put that on an official document?" I was like, "Is it not my name?" No, it's not your name. It's just something was said one day in church when you were 10. So sorry, it's not my middle name.
Okay.
Your middle name is Mary, but were you ever in a nativity?
No, well, it was. I mean, it was in the background. I was like
Yes.
third shepherd and all. Like I was
Yes.
quite shy when I was young.
Yeah.
But when my kids then started doing nativities and stuff, I was like, "Get Mary." None of them got Mary.
Stage mom.
Yeah. But, one time, one embarrassing thing that my sister still reminds me of to this day is I was watching them in their nativity. And now, in my defence, like I was going through, I had cancer like before that, and I was in recovery. But at that stage of like every lump and bump, I was like, "Oh God,"
Yeah.
you know. So it was a bit sad, but also, so I looked down and I thought, "Oh, there's a mass, like there's a lump on my leg." So I was like,
And this is during the nativity?
"This is during nativity," and I was like, "Oh God, here we go again."
Oh my God.
So, on some poking and prodding, I realised, and I put my hand down, and it was actually yesterday's knickers.
Oh God.
Down the side of my leggings that were trapped by the boots I'd on. But because I was coming out of trauma, I was so happy that as the kids were singing Silent Night, I pulled them out and went, "It's just knickers. It's just knickers, thank the Lord."
Throwing them at Joseph.
In the nativity, as they were singing Silent Night, and my sister was just like,
My
And I took it because I was so happy. I photographed it and put it on Facebook.
Lovely.
Just to embarrass myself even more. Because it came up the other day on the Facebook memories, and I was like,
knickers.
"Oh yeah." I was actually the lump I took a picture of, going,
Oh my God, Lisa,
yeah.
that is so funny.